Hello, third grade, and welcome to the second part of our reading skill today. Now, we already practiced area for today, and we are going to review rounding. Remember, we use the saying, find the place and look next door. 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and below, let it go. We're going to practice that using an Edulastic quiz. Now, I'm going to try to put a link. You can click on it and see if it will take you to the skills test number 1. If it does not work, go to your Edulastic page on class link and then open up skills test number 1, rounding. You will see a screen like this. And we're going to do the first couple together, skip around on a few that you're going to answer on your own, and then you will submit at the end. There are 9 total questions that we're going to go through. While we're going through, remember that you can click on the scratch pad to write out our answers. You will need to write these out along with me, and I can see what you are writing on your scratch pad. Which of the following would be the benchmark numbers for 726 if it was rounded to the nearest 10? When we are talking about benchmark numbers, that means the lowest number it could be or the highest number it could be. We looked at these a little bit in our lesson on Tuesday. So if we have the number 726 and we're rounding to the nearest 10, I underline my place and look next door. 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and below, let it go. My 2 numbers, it could be, I could shove it up to 230, or I could let it go and keep it at 720. Now I know that 6 has 1, 2, 3, 4 hops to 730. But it would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back to 720. So it is closest to 730. Our benchmark numbers, though, are 720 and 730. Click on the scratch pad, get rid of it, and click on 720 to 730. And click Next. Number 2, click on the scratch pad. And we are finding the benchmark numbers for 64 if it is rounded to the nearest 10. So we have the number 64. Let me get my writing tool. 64. So I find the place, I find the tens place, and look next door. If that is 5 and above, I'll give it a shove. If it's 4 and below, I'll let it go. So I'll let it go and keep it at a 60, or I'll give it a shove to the next 10. Is it 5 and above, give it a shove, or 4 and below, let it go? 4 and below, let it go. So it'd stay at 60. However, our 2 benchmark numbers are 60 and 70. Click the notepad, select 60, and select 70. Oops, 60 and 70. There we go. Click Next. Number 3. Which of the following would be the midpoint for the following benchmark numbers? So we're looking for the middle. So we have the number 140 and the number 150. Now I'm looking for the number that is right in between those. So I know it would be the same if I made 5 hops in and 5 hops out. If I made 5 hops in from 140, that would take me to 145. Click on your notepad and click on 145. Click Next. Write the midpoint for the following benchmark numbers. Just like we did on number 3, I want you to find what number is right in between 410 and 420. Type that in. After you type it in, click Next. Now we are going back to using our regular rounding method. Find the place and look next door. 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and below, let it go. Click on the scratch pad. I am rounding 183 to the nearest 10 using a number line. Record your answer in the box. So I'll make my number line. My number is 183. If I wanted to jump to the next 10, that would take me to 190. If I wanted to go back to the previous 10, that would take me to 180. Now we can find the place and look next door. 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and below, I'll let it go. It is below 4, so I'm going to let it go. My answer is 180. If you need to pause the video to write this out, pause the video now, write it out. Then click on your notepad and type in 180. Then click Next. Round 875 to the nearest 10 using a number line. Record your answer in the box. Just like we did on the last one, draw a number line and write the 2 benchmark numbers to round 875 to the nearest 10. Remember, you find the place and look next door. 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and below, let it go. Answer this one on your own. After you have answered, click the scratch pad and type it into the box. Then click Next. Round 863 to the nearest 100 using a number line. Record your answer in the box. We are going to use the simple method of writing out the number and finding our place value. Now for this one, we are finding the hundreds place. So I'll find my place and look next door. 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and below, I'll let it go. I'm going to give my 8 a shove to a 9. Everything to the left everything to the right turns into a 0. I can double check that I am on the right path. Yep, that is 100. 900 is 100. Write that out. Click on your scratch pad and type in 900. Pause the video if you need more time. There are 2 more that you will have to round. There's 1 more you will have to round and then go to number 9. Answer both parts of the question by selecting all possible answers. Which of the following numbers round to 630 when rounded to the nearest 10? Select 3 answers. I need to choose all that would round to 630. I'll click on my scratch pad. And I can round each one by finding the place and looking next door. So 619, I'll find the place and look next door. Now I already know this can't round to 630 because if I rounded up to the next 10, that would only take me to 620. So it's definitely not number 1, or letter A. Letter B, 627, find the place and look next door. That would bring it up. My 2 would change to a 3. Everything to the right turns into a 0. Everything to the left stays the same. 630. So that one would work. B would be one of the answers. If I ever want to select the answer, I can click on the scratch pad, select the answer, click on the scratch pad again, and then keep going. My next number is 631. Find the place, look next door. My next door neighbor is 4 and below, let it go. So I'm not going to touch my 3, and nothing and everything to the left will stay the same. My 1 changes into a 0, 630. So that is another one. I'll click on my scratch pad, click on my answer, click on the scratch pad again. Three more to check. I have 633. Find the place, look next door. 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and below, let it go. I'm letting the 3 go. Everything to the right changes to a 0. Everything to the left stays the same. 630, that's another one. We have 2 more to check. $635. Find the place, the tens place, and look next door. 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and below, let it go. It is 5 and above, so it will take a shove to the next number, the next 10. So that'll take it to 640. So that one does not round to 630. And our final one, 641. Find the place and look next door. 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and below, let it go. I'm going to let it go. The 4 stays the same. Everything to the right stays the same. Everything to the right changes to a 0. Everything to the left stays the same. But that does not show 630. Finish your answer for part A. In part B, you will see which numbers round to 600. Check every single question. I'll show you how the first one would look. Write out the number. Find the place. We are looking at the nearest hundred place and what rounds to 600. So I'll find the place and look next door. Will I give it a shove up to 600? Or let it go at 500. It is 4 and below, so I'll let it go. So that one does not round to 600. You'll complete the rest of these, write all of your work out, and then move on to the next part of the day.